Welcome back to Mountain Line News. I'm your lead anchor, Cameron Builder.
And I'm Brody Fugit. We're back for another great week at Bump.
Since Thanksgiving break, we've had a ton of things going on at our school. We have a few weeks left for Christmas break, and we want to make sure we end the year strong. Be sure to be here on time and here every day.
If you didn't know, we have a brand new wrestling team who has already been hard at work. Check out the interview with Coach Alan Harris.
Hi, I'm Madison Sloan, and today I'm here with one of the assistant coaches, Callie Harris, for the wrestling team. So this year is our very first year having a wrestling team. Can you tell me about how the program came about?
Yes, we had some interest in it from some of our kids, but we kind of didn't have a coach and didn't really know how it worked. And we actually had a coach, Ethan Raby, come on and help us with football, who is from Bell County and I think went to the state tournament in wrestling, maybe placed. But he kind of showed us the ropes a little bit and helped us get started, and kind of like we're newbies, so he kind of explained to us like how the process would work and what to do.
So how did you all approach building the wrestling program, like getting equipment and just having people come out and join?
Thankfully, our school has been very supportive so far. The superintendent, principals, the school board, they agreed to kind of help us fund this first year. So we have our new singlets coming in. We've got them some warm-ups, and then we are getting a brand new wrestling mat. It will be in the day after Christmas break starts, so we have to drive to Ohio and pick it up, but it's going to be really nice, and that will help us to we can bring money and we can hold tournaments at our school once we get that mat.
So I'm very new to the wrestling program, so could you explain maybe how like some of the meets work and like what you all do for practice and stuff?
Yes, and I forgot to add this for the other question, sorry. We had to kind of ask around and get kids who were interested in it and let them come and try it and see, and we actually have, I think, 10 or 12 kids on the elementary and quite a few kids on the high school, so hopefully we're starting from the ground up and we'll have it going really good next year. And as far as the meets go for high school, they do 2 minutes. So there's different points. Like if you pin somebody, obviously you win that match. But you get points for like doing holds, getting out of holds, and then like if you don't get a pin, whoever has the most points at the end of the match wins. But they do 2-minute rounds for like 3 times each.
And what are your expectations for this season? Since it's very new, we've kind of started off slow. So what is your goals and expectations?
I would love it if we could get into the region and state tournament this year. I don't know if that will happen, but I think we've had a lot of coaches from other schools who have been more experienced than us, like tell us how good our kids have done so far with it, and just like how happy they are that, Pineville's getting involved, and like if we keep going with it, it'll be really good. So I guess my expectations would be to probably get at least 5 more matches in, and then hopefully make it to, one of those higher tournaments and compete with other like top schools.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
This year we have a new club for middle school girls. They learn leadership skills, how to build self-esteem, and more. The goal is to bring girls together to build friendships and confidence before going into high school. They also do fun activities and crafts. They meet once a week in the library. They are always accepting new members, so if you are interested, see Miss Nichols, Miss Thompson, or Miss Coe.
Clara is back with a new episode of Clara's Corner. Check it out.
If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Princess Pookie.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
The Bearded Baldy.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Little Elf E.
That's great. Thank you. If you guys was an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Cookie. Sparkle.
That's great. Thank you. If I was an elf on the shelf, my name would be Sprinkles.
What's the question, Clara?
If you were an elf, what would your name be?
Ready for Christmas, Redmond.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf, what would your name be?
Candy cane.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Cletus.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Elmer.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Rosie.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Candy cane cadence.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
Chuck Bass.
That's great. Thank you. Okay. What would your name be?
Candy cane.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf, what would your name be?
Candy cane the dog.
That's great.
Mine would be just what we named our class elf: Snowflake, Candy Cane, Twinkle Stars.
I don't know what my elf name would be, but my friend Mally right here, her elf name would be Rooster.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf, what would your name be?
Clara's favorite cousin.
If you were an elf on the shelf, what would your name be?
My name, if I was an elf on the shelf, would be Lovely Lakin.
That's great. Thank you. If you were an elf, what would your name be?
Abby Star Strawberry.
That's great. Thank you.
We have a few announcements.
IAL will have 3 new story walk-ups this week in Newtown, Veterans Park, and at the fairgrounds. Be sure to check them out.
The next senior seminar will be on December 12th. Seniors, be sure to be here to get credit towards your free laptop.
Angela Hilterbrand will be here to work with ELA teachers on December 10th and 11th. Teachers, Miss North will send out a schedule.
Any 3rd through 8th grade girl who wants to play volleyball will need to sign up online or in person with Miss North. Tryouts will be on January 7th.
We have a group of students taking the ACT at Whitley County on December 14th. The vans will leave at 6:45 from the Commons that morning.
The seniors will be going to the lodge on December 10th for a FAFSA lunch from 11 to 2.
Our last day before Christmas break is Wednesday, December 18th. There will be no school December 19th and 20th. We will return to school on January 7th, but teachers have a work day on January 6th. Thank you for watching another episode of Mountain Line News. Check out our YouTube channel to watch past episodes, extended content, and new episodes of the weather.
The news team is looking for new members of the crew. We need editors and a reporter to cover sports, interviews, and community connections. Please see Mr. and Mrs. North if you want to join the news team.
We will see you next week for our last episode of the year. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.